Well, the assignment I gave, that was last week. I'm about to configure it. So we will dive into it. That is going to be based on the part 1 of the BGP. So this configuration is about BGP and what we're supposed to do. BGP configuration. This was the assignment that I gave out, and I said all of you, both those that they are offline and online, should try their best on it. We have on the top right left corner, we have a router over there, which we are going to name it as RT RTA. We have RTA, which is this one, RTB, which is this one, then RT itself, which is this, then we have RTC, then RTD. So this one is going to be RTD. So I'm going to do the configuration, and God willing, maybe tomorrow I'll do the BGP. But it's good for us also to understand. It said, study to make thyself approved unto mine and God. Cisco proprietary advisory configuration. We are now on BGP. Welcome on board again. My name is Crossover. When you call me Crossover, I'll respond other side. Let's study Cisco together. Now, what I gave out last week based on the configuration, we have on the orange side, which is this, we have the loop bar, which is 1.1.1. We are going to configure all these ones, but the main configuration will come on, which is the BGP configuration on tomorrow, which is part 2. So let's go on and configure the RTA first. Then after that, we'll come to RTB to configure it with the IP address. Then we go to RT, then RTC, then from there RTD. Then I'll pause and continue tomorrow. But all the routers don't have IP address at the moment. So let's do justice to our configuration. Shall we go? Click on this PC. Go to desktop terminal, then click OK. You'll receive something like this. Choose no. I said if you choose yes, then it means that you are already acquaint yourself with the configuration of the router and you are perfect in it of configuring it. So if you know that you want to learn step by step, what you're supposed to do is to choose what no. So here you choose EN, which is enable, then the config T, then you type the host name is going to be RTA. RTA, okay, RTA. So if it's RTA, then we go straight to the line console, which is 0. Then the password, give the password as this is my password. This is my password. So the login, then exit time out, let it be 0. Type exit. Then enable secret and the password. Then I'll go straight and start configuring the interfaces. So this one is SE, you can see, look at it. So INT SE, sorry, SE 2/0, 2/0. So I'm in it. So IP address 129.213.1.1. So it's 255.255.0.0 because this is class what? B. No shutdown. Okay, now type exit again, then type int, then a look back. I'm choosing the look back, which is 0. So I'll type the IP address 1.1.1.1 /24, which is 24 bit. So 255.255.255.0, enter, then type what exit. Now, I finished with the RTA. I'm going to RTB. RTB. So let me go to RTB. Let me shift my screen a little bit to the left side. Then I'll click on this one. I'll go straight to desktop. Then OK. Then I'll enter, then choose no. Then I'll choose EN, config T, hostname, then RTB. I'll choose the line in the same configuration we did to the RTA. Choose the password. Be at SSW, WSRD. Enter, login, enter, exec timeout 0, so that our router, when we are not attending to it, it will not log off. Then you type exit, then enable secret, password. Then I have to configure this one. So I'm going to configure 4 solid IP address on an interface here. One goes to this, which is 172 on the green line, green network. Then 129.213.1.2. I've already given 2 at the top, which is this one. So I'm going inside it. Now let's configure it. So int se is 2/0. So IP address 129.213.1.2, 255.255.0.0. So no shutdown. So the line now is green. I finished with the serial that goes to the orange side at the top. I finished. It went down and now it's up. So let's type exit. I'm now going straight to the green side. So I'm going to configure the IP address of 172.2.220. So int. Let's go to FA 0 minus 1/0. So IP address 172.220.212.1. So that this one also is class what? B. 255.255.0.0. Enter. Oh, I made a mistake. Sorry. There is a vast error over there. Vast error. Let me just clear this one. It's 220. So no shut. Let me check it well. 1.0. Let me put the mouse on it and check. .0. FA1/1. Okay, let me configure that. Let me type exit and int FA 0/0. This particular one. Let me configure this one. 0/0. IP address 192.168.100.1 255.255.255.0. No shot. So exit the int. I'll choose look back, which is going to be 1. So IP address is here. The look back on this is this one. So I'm choosing this. So it's 2.2.2.2, 255.255.255.0. I'm now going to RT. I'm done solving this 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm now going to RT. Let me go RT and configure it. I'm now entering inside this one. FA 0/0. I want to check this one also. So IP address 192.168.100.1. Or that one is 2. Yeah, it's 2. Sorry. That one is 2. But this is 1. This one is 1. This place is 2. It's 2. So 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. It seems I don't know whether I've chosen a network which is different. I've choose a network which is different. 1.0. Okay, you let me go on. Let me type exit. Then configure this side. FA 1/0. INT FA 1/0. So the IP address is going to be 10.20.30.1 255.0.0.0. So no shut. Okay, so I'm done working on this one. Let me go gradually to the top of. I'm now moving from the move side to the blue side. But I'll be configuring the RTC. So let me see whether I can configure the RTC. If we try the crossover cable and it's not working, we will just try the straight through cable. You know the color coding of the straight through cable. So EN config T, hostname RTC, line console 0, exec 0, password p@ssw0rd, login, exit enable secret password. Now let's configure it. I want to start using this one to see what happened to the other side, whether it will be that mistake again. So let's go intfe 0/0 IP address. So we are going to put this IP address on this particular interface. So 172.220.12.2 255.25 sorry 255.0.0 because it's class C. Enter. So no shut. Okay, so you can see. So let me remove the cable. Let me remove the cable. Let me put the straight through cable. You can see that it goes through. You know, the straight through cable is for switch and router, and you know that the crossover cable is for PC to PC, laptop to laptop, PC to switch, and the rest. So let me configure. I've configured that side already. Let me configure the FA 1/0. Let me type exit. INTFA 1/0. IP address. And it's going to 10.20.30 255.0.0.0. Enter. So no shut. Okay. So exit is good. So we have configure everything. Now remain the top one that we have to deal with. The top one. You have to deal with the top one, which is this particular RTD. So let's configure the RTD. But you know, on the RTC, we're supposed to configure our loopback. So let's do that before going to the RTC. Okay, RTD. Let's do that. So INT loopback is going to be 3. Then IP address, you will choose 4.4.4.4 255.255.255.0. Then that's all. So let's go back to RTD. So now I've configured the IP address. This is for Syria. I've configured this one. Remain the Syria one I'll configure before I'll go to RTD. So let me type exit. Then INT Syria is 2/0. So IP address, I'll choose 192.168.10.1 255.255.255.0. So no shut. Interface, no shutdown. It will not show green because I'm supposed to configure the opponent's router as well, which is going to be 10.2, because this one is already 10.1. Then it means that we have our own network, but packet flowing, and also the green light is on. This tells you that when you see the green light, it's forwarding. And when you see the red light, it's blocked. When you see the orange light, it's listening. So that is what we have to keep in our mind. So we're finishing configuring the RTC. Now let's go straight to RTD. Click on the laptop, shift it to the right side of it, click the desktop, terminal, click OK, enter, then choose no. Choose EN for enable, config for configure terminal, then the host name, we have RTD, enter, the line, don't forget about the line console because security is very paramount. It's very important for all of us to at least acquaint ourselves with. So the password, then the login, exec timeout, 0 type exit, then enable secrets, password, then int, we have se is 2/0. So IP address, we are 192.168.10.2, 255.255.255.0. Sorry, it seems I'm doing fast, but there are other students that they are waiting for me online. So let me just come down and do justice to the configuration. I'm sorry. Okay, so now everything is set and done. We are good to go. Our connections are green. Our connections and everything are green. It tells you that one PC can ping to another. Let's check this PC and see. It's 172.20. So let's see whether this particular PC can ping 192.168.10.1. Okay, let's check. So you type in 192.168.100.2. I'm pinging .2 here. It won't ping because we need a routing protocol to do so. But if you ping 100.1, it will ping. You see that it said request timeout because that packet, ICMP packet, is out of the range. So let's see whether it can ping 100.1. If it can ping 100.1, then it means that it falls within the territory of what? 192.168.100.1. Okay, but it cannot cut across. It is 2, so let me make it 1. You see? Which means that this PC can go as far as only this place, but it cannot travel to this place because this place belongs to ROT. And it can also not travel as far as this place because this one belongs to this. So let's see. Ping. We have 129.213.1.2. You see, it pings. It pings, which means that it pings up to this particular end. So this one tells us that the PCs, our workstation can only ping to a particular range. So for us to make sure that we have to go beyond the configuration of what? Packet ICMP packet have to move from one place. Let's say, for instance, from the green side to the orange, or to the purple, or to the blue, or to the upper left corner of what? 1.1 over here. Then it means that we need what? Border gateway what? Protocol, which is the BGP, border gateway protocol. So this one, we have it as what? 400. And we have this one as what? 100. And we have this one as what? 200. And we have this one as 500. And we have this one as 300. So let's see. Let's start from the top one first before. So that brings the end of the part 1 of the configuration of the assignment I gave you guys. If you did exact what I explained right now, a thumb up, a comment, I think is much more good because your feedback are my great corrections. When you give more feedback, that is what I'm going to stand on to correct myself as a service personnel. It's good. because I'm serving you and I have to serve you well. Okay, so for the meantime, let me configure the first aspect of our BGP because of the time. So let's go. So you type the router, then the BGP, then you choose BGP 100. Then the network. The network, you are going to type 129.213.1.0. Then the max, you choose 255.0.0.0. 129, and it means that it's 255.0.0.0. Then our neighbor is going to be, 129.213.2 is 1.2 remote as, because I'm dealing with this particular one. My students were talking about that they took the 400, the AS 400, and they gave it to this one, and they took the 200 and they gave it to this one. I'm going according to what they just said, so that later on I will show you the right thing of how to go about it. Let me show you how they did it, and maybe you did the same thing. So let me show you something. So I'm going to choose the 400, which is here. Then this one is going to remote to this side again. So the neighbor is going to be 172.220.212.1 remote to 400. Neighbor 192.168.100.1 remote to 400. So now I've chosen this one as 400. This one AS is 100, and I remoted it to what? 400. So let me put something here. RT AS is 100, but remote as 400 against 3 networks. That is 129.213.1.2, 192.168.100.1, 172.220.212.1. 2.2.2.2. So it means that RT 100. Now I'm going to RTD. That is RTB. Let me go to RTV. Straight to RTV. So I'll choose the router. Then the BGP is going to be 400. The network. Remember that at the top one, the network is only what? 1. So this one network is going to be 1, 2, 3. The network is 129.213.1.0. Max 255.255.0.0. Network again 172.220.212.0. So 255, sorry, supposed to max have to come, then 255.255.0.0. And the last one is going to be network, which is 192.168.100.0 max. .0 max is going to 255.255.255.0. Then network again is going to be 2.2.2.2. Max 255.255.255.0. Now remain neighbor. Our neighbor. I'm here. So I'm going to choose a neighbor. And the neighbor I'm going to choose is this one and that one. The neighbor is going to be 129.213.1.1. Then I'll remote it to what? 100. Another neighbor again. 192.168.100.2. And I'll remote it to what? 200. Bear in mind that the AS, as they said, the 200 I'm giving it to this one, and 400 I'm giving it to this one. Okay? But we have adjacency neighbor, which is 1.1, which is up. So this one, 1.2 is calling 1.1. They are now up. So remain the RT. Remain the RT. RT, the neighbor is going to be 3. It's going to be 1. It's going to be 2. It's going to be 3. Then the network is going to be 1, 2, and 3. So let's see a network of it. Let me go to RT. So on the RT, let me type the exit, then the router, BGP, I will choose 200. The network is going to be 2 network, 192.168.100.0. Max 255.255.255.0. The network again is going to be 10.20.30.0. Max is going to be 255.0.0.0 because it's in class what? A. Now, neighbor 192.168.100.1. Remote as 400. Neighbor 129.213.1.2. Remote as 400. Neighbor 172.220.212.1. Remote as 400. So you can see so far what has transpired between. You can have access to 129 is 2. So this one is having access to this side. And this one also, the reason why it is not showing adjacency is that there's supposed to be a router that can route to the line. But this is the router that can route to it. So the network will go through. It's done. And we have to also remote to this side. So this one, we are going to choose 500. We are going to choose 500. So as the adjacencies are in place, now we have a line. So it means that we are done with a half of this. So remain the configuration of this particular side. Remain the configuration of this particular side. So if you are still on the RT, now you have to just remote as 1, 2, and 3 and 4. But look at something. On RT, remotes the loop back. You are going to remote to the loop back. So 2.2.2.2. So we remote to the neighbor, we remote to this particular one also. Then they have to also remote to this side. And that one belongs to RTC. So let's remote neighbor. Let's remote to a neighbor, that is 10.20.30.2. Then we are remoting it to this particular one, which we will choose that one as what? 500. So it means that RTC is waiting for us. RTC is waiting for us. RTD is waiting for us for a configuration and also ICNP packet transferring. This will bring the curtains of the part 1 of the BGP advanced configuration. We'll keep on studying to make ourselves approved unto everyone and God Almighty. Don't leave a stone unturned. Study in such a way that tomorrow never comes. You don't know when one day they will call you for a configuration. And when you are being called, you can answer the call accordingly. Study and study well. My name is Crossover. Please, if you want an online class, I'm there. You can send me a message. You can do online. I teach server, Exchange server, SharePoint. I teach cyber security, ethical hacking, computer forensics, and the rest. So if you need an assistant, let me know. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe and share the channel to somebody who also needs a configuration of assistance like this. Thank you very much, and may God Almighty bless us all. We'll meet once again tomorrow. Bye-bye.